Good morning, good morning, good morning. How we doing, fellas? How we doing, my brothers and sisters? Ha, ha. No. Well, let's see. Wait a second. What's up? What's up, bro? Boss man, extraordinaire, Mr. Charles, and Hot Pepper Mike, Spicy Mikey, Spicy Mike. Well, well, fellas, y'all been here since day one, man. We're knocking on heaven's door. We 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 about to breach. We're about to breach another monumental step to monetization. We might be one of them folks that finally make it and don't make no dang money, but that's all right. Because originally I didn't start it that way. I just wanted to see if I can make it. Good morning. Good morning. We're getting close, and we're pushing towards the mark. We're pushing. We're marching forward. Blah 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 blah. Good morning, Urban Garden. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see who. we're, we're mushing. Well, like I said, mushing. I'm eating some what do you call this daggone thing? Vitamin C. No, not the vitamin C. The B plus. B plus gummy bears. You know. Good morning, wellness from Frugal Mom. B plus gummy bears. They. I'm trying to figure out, are they working or are they not? I don't know. But we're trying. I thought this load was due today, so I was pushing it. And then I realized that it's not due today. At least I don't think so, but we'll see. But I'm actually in Indianapolis, and we're heading south, getting the heck out of Dodge City. Oh, okay. I might have to. I wanna work out with Frugal Mama too. I might have to what you call it? Stop at a stop at a rest stop. I just want to get down the road a little bit. But we'll see. All right. I sat here and said I had a whole week to do homework about this subject that I'm about to talk about. That I had all week, but as usual, my lazy mind's gonna just wing it. God, I think that'd be the next level. I actually do homework on the subjects I'm talking about instead of just flopping off at the gums. you know, but got a little bit of experience in it. And first of all, let me say this. Let me say this. I want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Lane for inviting us on a few, actually quite a few adventures. Um, I'm a very loyal person, especially for good friends, and it's well appreciated. It's even rubbing off on my wife, you know, because she, when we talk about these things, and it's a next level because when you don't have nothing or you lost everything and trying to rebuild and stuff like that, you can only do what you can only do. You know what I'm saying? And I spent the last 8 years rebuilding and trying to enjoy um, a new chapter in my life. But I'm still a wuss. I'm being honest with you. I'm still a wuss. I don't have the gonads to do certain things, and God put Charles in my life to push me past my limits, because I would have never did. I probably would have did the four wheeler. But I would have. It just depends. I would have never went zip lining after a snowstorm with ice, ice on the lines and stuff like. I would have never done that. I would have never drove in a snowstorm to get to a log cabin. I would have. I would have never jumped on the plane to go to some country I never freaking heard of to relax and have fun and drive through the. I would have never did these things. And if it wasn't for my friend that I really appreciate, love you, bro, and I will never forget that. I know I say it a lot, but shoot, I'm appreciative. People think, well, he'll just do it. No, that's not how I roll. You know what I'm saying? That's not how I roll. But my wife has come to appreciate them as friends also, because we were talking about inviting her friends, you know, and I'm just gonna leave it there. And she kind of rephrased it. I'm not gonna say any more, because by some crazy chance they might find my YouTube channel and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Nah, well, not yet. I ain't ready to go jet skiing yet. Y'all be doing too much. You gotta go. You gotta go a little slow. You know what I'm saying? For me, but it's probably because I seen a YouTube video with shark attack the jet ski. I'm like, no, the blackness that came out. You know, but hanging with this husband and wife team has brought so much fun. I always look forward to, even though I get aggravated real quick, but I always look forward to it because it's something new that this Jeffro gonna have me doing. He do it all the time, but there's some stuff I'm man enough to say, nah, we ain't doing that, or so forth and so on. But I was brought into this subject, because I'm actually heisting it, borrowing it, acquiring it from Warm Strong Adventures. He had mentioned it, but you know what? And Warm Strong, you the man. But since you are a cruising channel specifically, you could tell that he was bumping up the cruising part of it and not giving the full Monty to the story. And to start off with this, when we went on, we was on the airplane, the jet to go back to Costa Rica this time around. Um, I was sitting next to a mother and daughter. I didn't realize the husband and the other two kids was behind us. But the daughter, the little child, was so excited. She said, "You going to Costa Rica too?" I said, "Yes, ma'am. I'm going." And she said, "Yeah, we're going, and we're going to be doing jet skiing. We're going to go hiking. We're going on the it's a floating the floating bridge, and we're going to go horseback." I mean, she was so excited, and the mom was like, "Yes, this is her first time down there. We're going to a resort, and we're I had all the kids pick out one specific one specific thing that they would want to do, and the child's manners were impeccable. Sweet kid, you didn't hear the all of that. You didn't hear none of that. So me sitting there, it was quite pleasant. Even my old behind, I gotta go to the bathroom a lot, especially because my type two. And she was explaining, we might have to get up. I said, no problem, ma'am. I'm an old geezer. I got to go just as much as y'all do. So you're not bothering me. You're not, and we just had a pleasant run down to Costa Rica. And I was reminded because I sat and was watching the other tourists that had children. And one thing I noticed was one, the parents were engaging with their children on their vacation. They didn't leave the children alone. They were having fun. They were doing stuff. We even walked out. Charles loved to get out there and swim in the freaking ocean. And I said, you know what? This time I'm gonna follow. And I walked out there, and it was fun. I'm looking for jaws and whatnot. And I'm looking for anything that's gonna bite me. That I got to scream like a little bitch and run like hell to the shoreline. But none of that happened. But I noticed that the father and the mother and the son, your young son, they were doing surfing. They were learning how to surf, and he kept on falling. And the father was, and I was like telling him, hey, the waves coming, start swimming, and it was engaging because these children weren't acting like a effing fool. They were acting like children and having a wonderful good time. They were engaging with their parents. It wasn't annoying to the point of you wanting to grab one of them and shake them. No, or go to jail for knocking a kid out for messing up something that you were doing. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to lay my hands on nobody else's kid, and don't really want to lay hands on my own. But you want act like you got some sense. And parents, be a parent. Don't be don't be their buddy or friend. Look, no, don't go over there embarrassing yourself and me also. It's just common sense. But and I said all that to say this. It seems like every time, and I know I sound like an old geezer, but if I lay out $3,000 to $4,000, I don't want the aggravation. I understand that. I don't want the aggravation, and that is one of the cons about going on a cruise ship, because the parents, when it's time that when they hit that front door to the cruise ship with their children, they have had enough of their behinds that they go one way to the bar and the kids go the other way. And the kids lose their natural born freaking mind. On the celebration, when we went on the celebration, they were running the show aft of Guy's Burger joint. They were acting a complete fool. They had all the cabanas. I mean, all of the stuff. You're walking around. You're walking on the top deck, trying to be romantic with your wife. I mean, literally, this is what we're doing. Trying to be romantic. We started walking, and all you hear is like something off of Hanna-Barbera Saturday morning cartoons. Something just unbelievably crazy. Even the security guard, the carnival security Filipino guy, he shook his head. He wasn't gonna say nothing. He wasn't gonna say nothing, and because he knew if I even correct these kids, I'm gonna get in trouble. And see, that's the con that I have against you know cruising and land vacations. Okay, and I'm not really talking the resorts because we've done the VRBO where you get to go out and 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 adventure and have fun on your own. But we went to places like the place where we went ziplining. I the long name, I can't remember, but we went to places. For example, it's like an all inclusive where you go zip lining, horseback riding. We went on the jungle slide. Yeah, you did a ride to the hot springs. It's an all day thing. They feed you, and guess what? There was family with children there, and the children were having a ball. They were not acting the fool. They were not going where the adults were going. They were acting and staying in their lane. And it's not, I understand, but you're not an adult. You don't do adult things. Do you see what I'm saying? Like there was a few kids at the hot springs, but they were right in front of their mama. They were right in front of their daddy. They were not over there where the adults are sitting or the adults are moving around. They were not engaging with the adults like they do on a cruise ship, in the hot tubs and in the pools, and just overriding everything that an adult wants to do. Now, yes, you have an adult section, but you could see that it's overridden with all the adults because they're running from their own children. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm just keeping it 100 and telling the truth. Now, that's one of the things that I noticed. Now, the other thing about having a land vacation, you have better, um, what's the word? Better choices of meals because one we did the VRBO and the experience. And my wife was like, "Hey, you're cooking too early. You're doing this. You're doing that." Had my own personal fun because we went shopping. I've never went shopping in a Walmart out of the United States. We went shopping in a Walmart outside of the United States, and you could tell the difference in how the food looked, how the meat looked. The meat was actually a dark red color. The blood in it. You see the fat on the chicken. You could see that it was not contaminated or something. I guess it's the best way to say it. It wasn't contaminated. Even in the low end stores, it looked a whole lot better than the stuff you see. It's supposed to be in the best. It's supposed to be the greatest country in the world. Our food looks contaminated because guess what? It is. And the fact that you could sit there and enjoy something and say, wait a minute, this just tastes different. And all I did was put a little seasoning salt, pepper, and garlic. Seasoning salt, pepper, and garlic. Do you see what I'm saying? It just tastes different. It felt different. The food was just different. and I didn't have to take as many antacid pills that I have to take when I'm, in the United States or on a cruise ship. Do you see what I'm saying? That's a difference. Another part of that is we, when you're on land, and even in a uh, uh, all inclusive resort, you can choose what restaurant to go to. Yes, you can choose what restaurant you want to go to on the ship, but they don't change and haven't changed the food in years. I think Carnival hired Emerald Lagasse to take over, the food service part of it. And hopefully they're going to upgrade. Hopefully they're going to upgrade the food choices. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I am going to, um, I'm switching the land from now on. No, I actually, because Charles and his wife, they done planted a bugging us. Now we looking at land vacations and inviting them along, and it's just another part of the adventure. It's another part of the enjoyment of growing old and enjoying life, saving up and doing it. That's one thing you can do. One thing that is a positive about being an avid cruiser is it's easy to get on a cruise. Everybody thinks they use excuses. Oh, I gotta save up for it. No, you don't. Half the time they're running specials, 50% off, 40, whatever. Uh, um, if you just put half the time with a cruise, it's like the Walmart or the, remember Kmart layaway. You put a certain percentage down, which half the time is usually 50 or $100 per person that you can put down to get on a cruise, and then you just make payments when you have it. I remember one year, I paid for me and the wife by just I had $50. Let me throw this on the cruise. I had $10. Let me throw this on the cruise. I had $5 for cricket. Let me throw this on the cruise. And I just did that for a whole year. So when the time came up, I think we owed like $400 or two or $300, and that is one of the positive things about cruising. You can pay it off. You can do that. You can do that with over the land vacations by when you do um, a travel agent. But see, when you deal with a travel agent, I'll never use them another one again. They they have all the power. If I want to change my mind, if I want to do this, if I want to sit here, if I want to sit there, and then you got one has poor customer service skills, and I'm thinking, I, I, I followed a husband and wife team, African American husband and wife team. They all nice and pleasant. They were nice and pleasant on YouTube, but when you call them on the phone, the husband act like the a-hole. And I wanted to confront the fool, but Charles stepped in front of me. He's like, no, no, no. I wanted to confront him because I'm like, man, yo, you talking that smack to my wife. You talking that smack to my wife. I say it to my face. But I was like, he's right, because I done spent all this money and I'm gonna get kicked off this daggone cruise ship. You know what I mean? But you can, and even on land, you can, put the Jesus, man, these people are getting close. You can, pay off a land cruise also. But the difference now, here's one of the differences. On a cruise ship, everything is included except for, certain restaurants like the steak houses and, some of the seafoods, and especially like on Carnival, the steakhouse and the seafood. But again, they don't change the menu. Now, I no matter what, I still love Guy's Burger Joint and the pizza. Now, those things, but you have a more wider chance of finding something different, finding something new, finding something, exotic when you're on the island and you're sitting down to eat and eat, have dinner. We went to this really, I mean, it was open restaurant, and for Cynthia's birthday, and that was, I really enjoyed myself. I mean, the food wasn't like, oh my God, it was off the chain, but it was a difference in environment. It was a difference in uh you know the food quality, and it wasn't the same old menu. Carnival. Look, I done been there. We done been on there so long, man. It don't change. So that's one of the things. Oh, luckily I looked up. I'd have blew right by the exit. That's one of the things. There's a difference in variety. Now, when you do the all-inclusive, resorts, you got the stuff that's on the property. That's all inclusive. But when you do the BRBOs, you can do whatever you want. And, hey, let's go here, let's go there, let's go here, there. And even when we did the horseback ride and all that, we did it. Charles did it the smart way. He's like, man, well, I'll get lost trying to find this place, and literally, we got lost. So he hired a guy to drive us there, and he hung with us all day long. And my level of anxiety dropped like 100%. Now, Jesus, literally, bro. These people, yeah, y'all see me. I'm driving like a nut job today, but whatever. But on the cruise ship, it's more. It's more of a one. It's more of a set schedule. If you like set schedules, it's more of a you pay one, one set amount. You pay a set amount, and you get to like let's say for example, you be coming in the Cozumel. They have excursions that you can go on that have to do that you're paying through the boat. Now, here the good thing about that is it's a little bit more, but if something happens, that boat ain't gonna leave you. That boat's not gonna leave you. That boat's gonna stay there until your excursion gets back. Now, if you buy your own excursion and Enrique's tire blows and he don't have a spare, and you're 5 or 10 miles from the port, you piss out of luck, bro. Or if your wife loves to, go shopping and don't look at the time, or didn't confirm the time with your watch with the boat time, and you're saying, well, the boat leave at 5. We got 1 more hour. But you got 5 Eastern time, and the boat is set on 5 o'clock Central time, and you hear that horn blowing, and you doing like the you're being videotaped by Cruise Runners, which is a YouTube channel. You're running for the pier and looking like, oh my God, wait! Now you stuck. But when you got a land vacation, you don't have to worry about, oh, we got to hurry up and get back to whatever. You don't have to worry about that because you are in control of it. Now, what was a big turn off, a really big turn off, we got ganked. Going back to the uh, Charles is driving us to the airport. We got accosted by the local police because they knew, and everybody's saying, but if I ever go back to Costa Rica and I'm in a car or something, I'm gonna have my passport somewhere on me because it was a straight setup. What the heck happened over there? Oh wow, one of those garbage trucks flipped over. Wow, but and I knew it was a setup when the police came to both sides of the car and they said ID please. Charles over there arguing with dude. This is my ID, American license. That ain't no ID. You in Costa Rica? They don't give a flip. Norma she was way ahead of the game. She put them in my hand, and I went to give it to the dude. The cop on my side walked away, so he knew he couldn't get me. All right, you don't got us once, and I'm gonna say us because I was in the car. I didn't have to give out that money. Charles had to give out that money. Yeah, I'm saying we because I was in the motherfucking car. I felt violated too. You see what I'm saying? I felt violated, and see those are the things that they unscrupulous. You got to deal with that also on land. Land cruises, and it's more prevalent. They do ask you for your passport and stuff like that when you're in like Europe and all those other places. Because that's your form of ID. You know what I mean? But that was you know that was a little scary. You know that was a little scary. But when you're getting on a cruise or getting off on a cruise and you're walking around in the area, they know to leave you the heck alone because they know you're on the cruise ship, you're on that big ship that everybody sees that brings money into town. At certain times of the day, so they leave you alone. That's another thing. um we had wonderful weather the whole time on the land. When the land cruise, you can have wonderful weather. On a boat, on a cruise ship, you got to be prepared for uh, bad weather. Now you're not going to get it all the time, and you literally pay if you cruise. You're paying more if you cruise through the summer because you're going to have better weather. Do you see what I'm saying? You're going to have better weather. But a lot of times, and I had to tell Norma we need to switch up a little bit because see we were cruising from September all the way through till January, which is hurricane season. And I got tired of that we were in a few of them. We running from this storm, this tropical whatever. We running from this hurricane, and it was fun at first. I'm like, yeah, he running from this, he running from that. But after a while, I'm like, yo, this mess getting old. Okay, what's going on here? Uh, yep, yep. Oh, okay, it's getting off the exit. Sorry, yeah, it's getting off. Oh, it's just getting off that exit. I thought it was the road. The interstate was backed up all the way, and you know, shoot, I lost my place. Oh, running from storms. The first time we was in Costa Rica, yeah, it rained, but it was a nice rain. Warm and comfortable, and just nice, and stopped. And you know, you had to you have to adjust yourself to knowing that you're on a crowded cruise ship. Now, if you're into all of the fun that has to do with that, because it also is like, you can, a land vacation, you got set times, you can only eat this much this time out of your pocket, or if you're in all inclusive. On a cruise ship, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find somewhere to stuff your face, anywhere and everywhere. Somewhere on that ship, there's a place where you can go to eat. And if anything, mostly all carnival, other than, I think they closed down. It used to be 24. Before COVID, it was 24 hours a day. Now they close down like 3 o'clock in the morning, and they open back up, 3 or 4 hours later, or something like that. But on a cruise ship, you have more places to find something to eat, even if it's something simple like a sandwich, fries. These newer carnival boats, they open up for certain hours of the day. They certain types of quick eats, quick bites, room service. On land, if you're in all inclusive, yes, you have room service. But on carnival now, you got to pay for room service. Um, I'm hoping within 4 or 5 years, when they pay off these billions of dollars that they owe, that some of this stuff will get a little bit better on these cruise ships. Exactly. I just see what you said. You enjoy grilling, um, but I enjoy seeing and tasting that difference in the meat. In the United States, we grill something. You grill something on, you got to beat the daggone thing half to death, even a good cut of meat. You got to beat it with a mallet, a tenderizer, for it to be okay. You know what I'm saying? Even a T-bone, ribeye, you got to beat the crap out of it. We didn't have to do that with this meat that we bought at Walmart. Even that, Charles had bought some curry chicken. It was pre-season, and man, I couldn't wait. Why are you cooking all this stuff? You need to say that for them. I was like, man, they ain't gonna cook this. They going out. Yeah, you said you did cook a few times, but I was having fun, and I was eating it and eating it and eating it and eating it. And the difference is, with these cruise ships, you're paying for all this food, and it seems like pre-COVID. No, actually, I'll say, let me say this even better. The smaller boats, because they know they're smaller, they have upped their game in their food service part of the boat. And I remembered when we were in the smaller boats, I'm like, man, this food tastes good. Because, and you see what I'm saying? They've upped their game on the food. So the pros and cons, you don't have to pay for it, and you don't have to do any work. You can sit there and enjoy it. And it's even better on the smaller boats compared to, you on vacation, and, well, why you cooking? Why this, why that? A man likes to get out there on the grill. I was having a ball. I was waking up, and yeah, call me Alky, but I was on vacation. I've had shots of tequila, drinking wine, and making breakfast, and me, making grits and whatnot. I didn't even eat, but I was having fun. and giggling. He said, I hear Darren down there. Yo, I was getting lit and having a ball. And we were doing our morning shows. Shoot, every time I was sipping something that had alcohol in it. So by the time the wires got up, I was mellow. I was ready to go take a nap. So in turn, I was enjoying my vacation before everybody got up, and now we got to go out and do this stuff that's bringing stressing me the heck out, and driving through the Monkey Pass and the dry lake bed is going like, Lord Jesus, please don't rain, you know, or going down this dirt road when we left the airport. Oh no, we don't have there were no dirt roads, and that's why you heard me yell on that video. Oh, no dirt roads, huh? You know what I'm saying? And so, in turn, let me say, did you notice I just used the big word? Don't even know what it means. So, in turn, there are good, and bad to every to land vacations. There's good and bad to cruising vacations, and I don't see I don't see me just choosing one. I really, yeah, I'm a complainer, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. That doesn't mean I'm not going to enjoy it. I didn't. Let's keep this 100. Even if I got on the next boat, even if I got on the next boat and on the main Lido deck, there wasn't near one kid in the hot tub, I still wouldn't get in it. And what do you mean by that? Because they don't clean them daggone water. They don't put no chlorine in there. They there's no I don't you ever get in you ever been around or get in stagnant water? I I tried it twice on two different boats, and that water it just felt funny to me, and I was so disgusted. I was so disgusted because I'm someone who grew up. We had a pool in our backyard. My brother had to take care of the pool. I know the amount of chlorine that needs to be in the pool for you to be able to be okay, and including a hot tub because you could pick up stuff from other people, not just including COVID, but other things. I'm not getting in there. I remember one time that I got in one of the boats, and I was like, okay, well, this ain't a hot tub; it's lukewarm. It's kind of warmer sitting in the sun, and all of these Cubans in speedos. I had a little, boxer type swimming trunk. These Cubans in speedos, dudes, not women, dudes, hairy chest, big Magnum PI mustaches, got in the hot tub with me. I mean, elbow to elbow. And I promise you, and Normal's looking at me with this look of oh my God, this I wish I would have had a picture to take of Darren and the look on his face. And she just laughed. She laughed herself in the tears. And I was trying to be, polite. I got up and that was the day I was like, I'm never getting into one of these things again. And, this lukewarm, stagnant water and everybody's drinking, but nobody's going to the bathroom. I'm like, oh my freaking lord! You see what I'm saying? And yeah, I can laugh about it now, but boy, yo, it yeah, it was an experience. So, but I'll never, I don't ever want to take away the enjoyment of getting to the cruise port the night before, um, looking out the window, or even in the middle of the night, getting up and looking out the windows. We always happen to get that room that's pointed towards the port, and you could see the boat, either the boats coming in the middle of the night, because they always usually 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. That's when they come in, or waking up to see the boat there. The day that you get all your suitcases, and you check into the boat, and you walk across the gangplank to know that, okay, I get to have fun, relax, and don't have to worry about a daggone thing for the next 5 days. When we on the Mardi Gras, we slept a lot. I slept a lot. I slept so much like I had a headache because I didn't need to rush around and look around the whole boat, because I already knew. I was like, man, I'm going to lay down, and lay down I did, and relax, and I had more fun on the Mardi Gras than I did on the celebration. Those things is a wonderful pro compared to the cons that I've said earlier. You know, being able to give someone a tip that you saved up for. I'm not even gonna tell you I don't save up for it, because these people work their asses off, even on the land. Charles is telling me there's a lady, because I knew they were gonna have extra food. The a maid comes, and um, has the food. I mean, no, cleans the VRBO, like Urban Chronicles. She. I don't know if you're in charge of that, or you own the place, you're a partner, whatever. You know what I mean. But the lady comes, and she's so respectful because she's dealing with idiots. It was like 100 and some change outside. She said, "Sir, I'm done. I'm gonna wait outside." And Charles was like, "Nah, what you waiting outside for? It's like 100 and whatever." And nah, you. And she was like, "Are you sure?" And she was like, in other words, she was afraid, because this is my job. People say one thing, and then next thing Karen and Ken, or are saying all of these evil things to ruin your life or your job, because you seen uh, a toothpick in the corner. You see what I'm saying? But in the latest friend, and Charles like, nah, you stay here. You want something to drink? And he said, look, I got all this food. Do you want to take? Do you want something? And I said, this stuff is open. See, we don't realize how bougie we are as Americans. I got an open bag of rice. As an American, like, I'm not touching that. Your greasy behind measuring cup touch that rice. I'm never touching that. Throw that out. This is how bougie we are. And I'll be giving an example. I got to change subject just for a second. I just left one of our yards. I was throwing some stuff out in the garbage. There was 5 cases of unripened bananas. Someone backed their trailer up, threw out 5 cases of unripened bananas. I swear I wanted to grab one, but I was like, It's in the garbage. I don't want to touch it. 5 cases. I'd have been banana man, banana. I'd have had at least excuse me. I'd have had 3 cases in there. I'd have ate them bananas till I threw up. Then I'd have took a case, walked it in the pilot, and asked the ladies behind, hey, you got kids? Yeah. You want a case of bananas? They'd have snatched that like real quick. But back to the story. Charles was like, look, I got all this food, but all this right here. She's like, no problem, no problem. I take that. Even gave the lady some liquor. She was like, look, you ever come down here again, you call me. I'll be your maid. She's like, thank you. See, we be forgetting. And it's not about I'm better than you, but let me bless you also. It's not like I got more, you got people, I got more money than you. I got the bag, so I got to be like an idiot. Just like if you look, there's a video of a big old black woman. I'm not going to say skinny, big old black woman. She throws water or a drink on a bigger Jamaican black woman. And she real, no real. She was like, oh, no, you didn't. F this job, and snatched her up. To be so disrespectful, because everybody else lets you be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And I know I done switched off of the subject, the main subject. But to be so disrespectful, but we need these in these aspects of we on vacation. The people that are making the fantasy reality need to be compensated. What do you mean? The people that are serving you, the people that are they've had a bad day too. They're throwing up a smile. They need to be compensated. Well, it's in the package that they get a tip. You don't know those people are getting that damn money. These cruise lines, they're taking that money because they're too cheap to pay those people their work. They work them freaking 14, 15, almost 20 hours sometimes. Probably don't do it on the island, but the islands probably don't have that many jobs. And, and be just as thankful. Thank you. Here, this is for you. Are you sure? Yes, it is. This is for you. Thank you. And I learned, I'm like, yo, if it's land or cruise, you guys are making you're making my vacation worth it. Before I say anything, Wellness and Frugal Mama's coming up next. Yo, check her out. She got to get that beat on. I gotta give me a beat so I can hit that button. But I just noticed the time. Oh my goodness, I'm sitting there flapping. I could keep on talking, but hey, guys, I'm almost at the threshold. Hey, look, I think about 60. I'm at almost like 60 or something like that. Hey, Boss Joe, go back and check. I was just talking about you. I borrowed one of your conversational ideas. But in the end, everybody, I'm not giving up cruising. I'm going to keep cruising because I love cruising. I might see if I'm trying to convince her to switch boats. Maybe try a Royal Caribbean. Just try a Royal Caribbean. I'm trying to convince her, but I'm going to be adding more land cruises. More land adventures and more adventures. Period. And I'm appreciative of both. They both have their ups and downs, but I don't want to give up neither one. I've had fun doing both of them. It's been an adventure. It's been a wonderful time, and I wanted to keep on going, you know, and God willing, and my health and strength and everything else, that it will keep on continuing to be a part of my, new life, my adventures. And I just, guys, I just want to say thank you for being a part of my new adventures, my new life, my YouTube, my YouTube life. It has been fun. I started out with four subscribers. Two, one was my wife, one was my son, and I was two of them myself. And now I'm about to hit that 1,000 mark. What a blessing! And this is just the beginning. We're gonna keep on pushing forward. We're gonna keep on having fun. We're gonna keep on exercising and walking. We're gonna keep on mowing and and destroying front lawns and stuff like that. We're gonna keep on vacationing. We're gonna keep on cruising. We're gonna be adding land vacations and more. We're gonna start be saving for Aruba. We're gonna be going on a Harley Davidson ride. I got to get my license again, and we're just gonna have fun. And I just invite you to come along. And I just want to say thank you. And guys, you've been a blessing. Hey, check out. I bring it every day. Mike's Chaotic Gardening, Warm Strong Adventures. Wanda, Wanda B. She got a Jeep now. Got me hating on her. You know what I'm saying? And Frugal Mama. These people, they're working hard to bring you content. Help them out. Watch a video. Watch it all the way to the end. Leave a comment. Like, and subscribe. You know, you guys are well appreciated. And as always, if you don't think nobody loves you, hey, I love you and God loves you too. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace out.